Hello there, Taurus, and welcome to your February 2025 monthly horoscope. If you're enjoying watching these horoscopes, I ask you to please hit the like button and the subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, please tick the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I have a new video up. In addition to that, we can take a deep dive into your personal horoscope for the month of February and beyond. If you want to schedule in one of my astrological services, you can find those at the link that you'll see just above. So sometimes when there's something that inspires us, and we could spend our whole day doing it over and over and over again, we can't seem to find the justification to pursue it, maybe for money or pursue it on a higher level so that we have an opportunity to do it a lot more, because we go, well, I just do this because I'm tinkering around, or I do it because it's something that I enjoy. But what if you could do what you enjoy and have it work out on an even higher level for you, and perhaps even do some of you may be able to do this for a living, or at the very least you can find yourself in a position where you're able to spend more time with your creative aspirations. But one part of you goes, no, not me. I could never really do that regularly, or I'm never going to be able to have the time to do that a lot more. And so you begin to create all these reasons why you can't follow the things that inspire you, instead of putting your energy and your effort towards those things that inspire you a whole lot more. And maybe it's because the path ahead isn't clear for you. Maybe it's because you don't quite know how to put all these things together. And at the beginning of the month, you have your ruler, Venus, forming an alignment with Neptune, and equally with the North Node that we call Rahu in Vedic astrology. And Rahu is also going to form an aspect to Neptune as well. And this is taking place in your house of aspirations, house of goals, house of community as well. Some of you may be looking to join different groups and you're not really sure how you fit into that group, or you might be looking to establish a group yourself and you're not really sure how to go about it. There's a sense of nebulousness about this, but it's something that has you, regardless of whether it's a group or it's your creative aspirations, it has you in a position where you're going, should I put so much energy and so much effort into this thing that's inspiring me? Am I dreaming too big? And in dreaming too big, am I going to be let down when I find out that my expectations of what this was going to turn into are not being met? Well, there's always a mild chance of that happening in any situation. But what I like to tell my clients is, if you aim for Neptune, you might just reach the moon, but you never would have reached the moon if you wouldn't have aimed for Neptune. So sometimes we have to push hard for something, even if we're only achieving a little bit at a time, right? It's just that in our heart of hearts, we have these big, huge drives or aspirations or goals. And when those goals aren't being met as highly as we dream them to be, or as highly as we think they should be, then we kind of begin to go, well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't the right thing to do. Maybe I just need to go back to the drawing board. But at this particular point, you're trying to overly justify reasons that you can't do something, rather than beginning to put more and more energy towards those dreams and towards those aspirations that you've long held as a vision. You don't need to defend like that to yourself. You don't need to justify that to yourself. If you have a business partner, you might have to justify it to them. But to be quite honest, the more you put your inspiration and your drive behind those things that you want, well, you're likely going to be able to win them over too. And if you don't, there's a good indication that if that doesn't work for you, for some of you, I think this may relate to pursuing a more I guess what I would call a self-employed endeavor, right? Turning a goal into a dream, taking something to the higher level. And some of you may have a business partner involved with that because we're seeing some eighth house action over the course of the month for you. And that usually relates to things along those lines. And so you may feel that you have to justify yourself to someone else in order to have them join in on your vision or to have somebody join in on a community that you're trying to plan. You don't really have to justify it as much as you think you do. You just need to show that you're dedicated and you need to show that you're devoted. And to be quite honest, that particular approach is something that's going to make it so that then you can win over on many levels those who you want to join with you in your pursuit. Any opposition you face to your plans in February is only there to help you to further fine tune the process. If you begin to question what it is that you're doing because it's not coming together as quickly as you might like for it to, or B, because you question whether it's something that's going to be stable, you're going to abandon this altogether. And this is less about how financially lucrative something can be, even though that's something you want further on down the line. And it's much more about whether this is something that is really meaningful to you. And you beginning to go, I don't want to just do this on the weekend, or I don't want to just do this a couple of hours a week. I want to find myself in a position where I'm able to do this more and more. And you can do that. It's just that you're hitting some resistance. That resistance is helping you to develop your plans a little bit further. February is asking you that you be further devoted to your plans, even if they seem a little bit lofty. Go after them. You owe it to yourself to pursue this and see how high your dreams can take you. And if you could use a little bit of help with that process, I'm more than happy to oblige. All you need to do is schedule in one of my astrological services, which you can find at the link that you'll see just above. That's going to do it for this look at your February 2025 horoscope for you, Taurus. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.